you didn't have a wheel bag because you overtook me.
Their first major action was to close down 5 bridges across the Thames in London, and is it 6 months later or 5 months later, it's an even bigger action, closing down 5 sites within central London and disrupting central London.
It's our future. I don't understand how people can object to what they're protesting about. It's infuriating when you get all the experts, the scientists, climate people, that they all agree on what's happening, but the people who can make the difference don't really want to listen to it.
I feel that this is almost our last chance to make a change in the minds of the government and in people, realising how bad things are.
I think it's very easy to just pretend that climate change isn't happening.
I gain purpose through the science and what the scientists recommend. This is where we need our politicians and leaders in business, media and the press. They really need to show leadership for all of us.
A lot of people don't think it affects them personally, and it's convenience culture. A lot more needs to happen.
And so I think now we're getting to the point where we have to act now.
Because I want to have a world that can sustain human life.
I love nature. I thrive on it. I love to grow things and see the butterflies come. I want that actually to be the case for my grandchildren. I want there to be a beautiful world.
Trying to scream, trying to break out.
Once your eyes have been opened, you just can't close them again.
Didn't really know what else to do but to come and join in.
Well, I'm here for my grandchildren.
I was watching the youth protests and supporting them, and then eventually I just had to ask myself, what am I doing?
I'm terrified of losing, of there being an extinction.
And then with all of the knowledge coming through about disruption of the climate, we just need urgent action.
The thing is, it's been taught in schools for the last 20, 30 years, I think, but just people say they're doing something about it, but really not.
Climate change has been known about for the last 30 years. That's how old I am, so that's how long we haven't done anything for.
You're watching the flame as it burns out.
I'm here because
I really care about the planet and I care about
the information. Climate issues
it makes me really sad.
massive impact on the world.
Terrifying, and it's terrifying on an emotional level.
I've been absolutely moved to tears by the love that is here. It's going on all around the world.
And I get goosebumps talking about this. Denial and then shock and then depression when you realise just how bad it is.
Of my children, one is 21 and one is 13. We're the only planet we've got, so let's love her.
Looking at my husband in a police van. The reason we're here is because we want there to be a planet for
our children, for our friends' children, for everyone's children to live happily and healthily on. And we see very, very clearly that if humanity continues the current path, that's just something that can't possibly happen.
Ultimately, our focus is climate justice. And that has wrapped up in it social and economic justice. We're helping the less privileged around the world who don't have a voice in the global south, who will suffer the most. And so the question is, for me personally, is what can you do? You know, when you look back, what did you do? You know, the question for our grandfathers was, what did you do in the war, Grandad? You know, this is our fight, and we stand on the shoulders of giants, so I'm doing everything I can. To win a rebellion, we have to have the police on our side. We're looking at a tipping point. At what point do they decide they're not going to arrest grannies? They're not going to arrest their children. They're not going to arrest their brothers and their sisters. And they turn to the politicians and say, we're not going to do this anymore. You need to talk to these people because it's a political question. This is just the beginning of a fight, and it's Winston Churchill's, this is not the end or even the beginning of the end. This is just the end of the beginning. And I'd just like to say, we are the boat. Our boat's been taken, we are the boat. Our trees have been taken from Waterloo Bridge. We are the trees.
I wish I was wrong. I wish I was strong. Get to the stars. So come and be wrong with me.
Wake up!
Come and be strong.